Alright, we are back with a little bit more of either one. That's where I'm supposed to go, so I'm going to go this way first. Exploration is key. I mean, what could be more important than picking up this trash can? That's not going to let me pick up. I'm pretty sure I've seen this book somewhere else. Oh, Jess. I'm pretty awful at it. Not gonna lie. Due to bad projection, R157 has suffered severe hemorrhaging in the brain. Has...
You know, we do tell them not to leave the pre-designated path, to stick to the memory routes laid out for them. But do they listen? Of course they bloody well don't. And unfortunately, recovery isn't always an option, once you experience the deep recesses of another consciousness.
Good to know. This resulted in a minor stroke impacting our patient's motor abilities. The investigation is still underway, although evidence points to a fault within the cerebral component of the restoration chair. Patient R157 is currently in the recovery chamber, depending upon treatment, may have sustained damage to their memory functions. Thank you for talking in the middle of my reading, Phyllis. Oh. I would have to say that it looks like white was winning there. Although they both look white, so I don't know. I don't know. That side. Looks like they're winning. That one. Oh, here we go. We're gonna finally get to see a little more story here. Find out what's really going on.
Beautiful, isn't it? A miracle of the 20th century.
Debatable.
A window into the minds of others, and a tool to cure disease and illness. But it would be nothing without the likes of you.
'Cause I'm super cool.
Right. Would you be a dear and help me with the setup? I need the electrical input for the Rembrandt installation rerouting. You can access it from that terminal over there.
Easy enough, I guess. Sure, why not? Dementia with Lewy bodies. Recommended treatment E1567 solution subscription and restoration therapy. Thornton Jean, age 69, female, British citizen, blood type A, ID number J2057, Russian teacher, place of birth pinwheel, relationship status unknown, next of kin unknown, notes migrated to the USA in her 20s, only to return to the UK about 7 years ago. Still retains a British passport and has been confirmed to have been working as a teacher in Arizona for the past 30 years. Since returning, she's been residing in her birth town of Pinwheel, Cornwall. Okay. I'm guessing this is the terminal she was speaking of. Restores me only carry one item at a time. Only accepts 300A. So let me guess, that's not right. There, have that. Yeah, you're sitting down there too. Well, that sounds ominous.
That should do it. Right. Thank you for that. Always nice to get some help around here. Now, if you don't mind, I think it's time to take a seat.
I actually do mind a little bit. After that music, I'm feeling a little anxious sitting in this chair. I'll do it anyway, but I will admit I'm feeling rather anxious. Oh, I can see through my own body.
Right. A few things before we project. Our client, Jean, is currently in a very delicate state. Our primary focus is to ensure that we clear this area of her mind of the plaque buildup that is causing the disease. In order to do that from within, we're going to need to use her own memories to reinforce the medical treatment she's receiving.
Sounds complicated. That is a miracle of the 20th century. I don't think I've ever seen things phase through other things. I guess, since I have my little phase panels in there.
Now, I know this may feel a little strange, being new technology, but please don't worry about it. We all get used to change eventually, don't we?
Debatable. Somehow this doesn't seem safe. You should have talked a little faster, Phyllis. This is information I need to know. That's
Okay,
bad.
listen up. You are in your case. You're probably going to come back here a lot, so please take some time to get acquainted with your surroundings. It keeps most restorers' sanity intact. For a short while, anyway.
Well, I guess that's easy enough. Guess that'll come into play later. Whee! Oh, that's reassuring. You're an awful shower. You should definitely turn off when I turn it off. Do any projectors work in this world? They don't have food in my projection thing. This seems like a pretty lame job. They don't do anything to help me out. Phyllis doesn't tell me everything I need to know. I guess I do have some nice paintings, though. I do have a guitar. Can I take that with me? Fine. Alright. Here we go.
Our sole purpose this evening is to track the memory and pinpoint its location so we can cleanse it of any disease present. Everything you're seeing in front of you is a visual environment pieced together from our client's subconscious mind. Barren wastelands or an abstract painting reimagined. It's all completely tangible. All I can see are brain scans of tissue degradation confirming my previous diagnosis of dementia. Both are incredibly important if we are to succeed and understand our client's needs. Now, if you just give me a second, I'll have some more details for you. Feel free to explore in the meantime.
Okay, so we have beer. Nice little beer picnic. Very nice location for a picnic too, I'm not gonna deny. Right next to the ocean. Lighthouses out in the distance. Very nice place for a picnic. So I think I've changed my mind a little bit on this one. I think I'm going to shoot for 20 minutes on these ones. Because it does seem like this game's going to be a little longer than Daylight. Daylight was a little more straightforward. I'm spending a lot of time looking around and not finding important things in this one. So. That might be important. I'm going to take that. Oh god, I'm such an idiot. I borrowed the air compression manual in order to make the repairs in the mine, and I left it down past the blast doors. Steve has warned me so many times about being forgetful. I just hope I can get it back before it's lost forever. Can't afford for any more of my wage to be docked this week. Could be important too. So could that. I'm sure this is quite important.
That if you feel an item might be useful later on in your journey, and you have no use for it now, you can always store it in the case and collect it at any time.
I'm not sure how important boxed raisins will be. Well, I certainly am going to be doing a lot of back and forth here. Okay, so where can I store this sucker? There's that. And I'm going to take the binoculars. And I just set the spanner over here. Try to keep everything together here. Keep it as unconfusing as possible. I'm really not sure about this pipe, but I think I'm going to take it. It might be useful for helping with memory type stuff. Possibly. Okay, so those are still locked. Okay. Alright, and I thought that might be important too. So I'm gonna take that. Fine, I'll take the miner's flag. See, I'm not very prepared for this game because I'm just like, oh yeah, everything's important. It has a name, so it's obviously important. Logically, that doesn't make any sense. Hang on, that's the wrong shelf. can they? Can they really now? I'll keep the magnifying glass. Fine. Okay. All hopes on U.S. export deal. Hundreds of jobs are at risk as the local tin and arsenic export quantities lower dramatically within the European territory. All hopes are pinned on the successful closing of a U.S. export deal that would secure the company for the foreseeable future. The closure of Pinwheel Industrial would have devastating consequences on the small mining town of Pinwheel, where the economy relies greatly on the exports of tin, arsenic, and cider. What secrets does the lighthouse hold? Preparation for Pinwheel's May Day celebrations, Father D. Wolstenholme will be holding a special service at Pinwheel Church. Service will commence at midday and will conclude at the ringing of the tower bells. New health and safety mining laws come into effect soon. Should check with your mining warden to get up to date with new laws for your safety and the safety of your coworkers. Bell's inventions breathe fresh air into Pinwheel. Good to know. Oh, that's alright, I have a magnifying glass with me. I'm gonna do so bad at this game. I'm just like, yeah, everything's important. I'll probably end up throwing half this stuff away. Mr. Moran, it's come to my attention during my inspection of the mining facilities here at Devlin that many of the workers in the pit are unsettled, uneasy, and as a result unproductive. There is clearly a correlation between the pitiful working conditions that these men have to endure and their motivation to do productive and worthwhile work. Lifts and descent devices are clearly in disrepair. Ventilation in the chambers below are blocked, causing fume and smoke buildup. With these issues and more in mind, it is with my sincere apologies that I have decided that Devlin Mine should close temporarily until these issues meet the standards required by your governing union body. Just gonna assume that's good. It doesn't need a spanner to punch it or anything like that. Okay, and I think, yeah, that's where I came from.
Readings indicate that the central focus of this memory is located below you, in an old abandoned mine known as Devlin. Entry 95D in our client's memory journal indicates that an accident occurred affecting them in a meaningful way.
Usually mining accidents kind of affect you in a meaningful way. Okay, I'm guessing I have to figure out that code. Dear Mr. Harvey, as I'm sure you are aware, my client, Mr. H. Smith, is intent on offering you a particularly generous buyout of the Harvey and Company Limited Enterprise. We would like to propose a meeting between the parties and solicitors on the 15th of October at our offices in Devlin to discuss a potential acquisition of assets and trade. Be under no illusion, Mr. Harvey. We are fully aware of your current financial disposition and are incredibly interested in rectifying the situation for you. Yours sincerely, Mr. J. Dawkins, business solicitor and consultant. Alright. New health and safety mining law is coming into effect. Village cider to stop production. Our beloved field cider may cease production upon the ending of May Day celebrations. Mr. P. Field, who soon might not be able to continue with his labor pending a U.S. export deal, wanted to share some words. Thank you to all who have supported me during these tough times. Alrighty. And that brings me to the stopping point for this episode. I will be picking up right back in here with the next one. Hopefully the 20 minutes will make it not take too long. I'm expecting this to be a longer game just because there's a lot to see and a lot of reading to do, but I didn't know that going into it, so I'm hoping the 20-minute thing will work out okay, because it is pretty interesting. I'm just interested to see how everything's going to pan out by the end. So, it looks like it's something to do with memory loss, things like that, which can be a pretty rough topic for anyone who's had to deal with that. But, I'll see you all in the next episode, and I will pick up right back here in the next one. Thanks for watching.